everybody, and once again welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be stopping by for the very first time, my name is Donella, and of course this is my world of makeup here on YouTube. Before we get into this tutorial, right guys, I feel like my skin just needs a little bit more moisture, so I'm going to be using my Farsali Rose Gold skin mist. I'm just gonna add just a little bit of that on my skin before I start anything. Yeah, just to brighten her up a bit. I feel like my skin is feeling like my hands, and it's so weird because I literally just, you know, I just applied my moisturizer and everything, but it's okay, it's okay. You can get her back in action just now. It's okay. So for this tutorial, for this video, for this look that I'm about to create, this is basically my go-to neutral glam, and I started incorporating a lot of like peach and pinks and stuff into my makeup look because I realized that those colors actually look really good on me. When it comes to creating something that's more of like a neutral go-to look, I know there are some persons, you know, according to your skin's complexion, you know, your idea of neutral glam may be something that is completely, you know, something more on the beigey side, maybe a little bit darker than I am. Their idea of a neutral glam might be something that's, you know, in the brown or bronzy region. You know, everybody's idea of a neutral glam is completely different, but I want to basically show you guys my go-to neutral glam. Like whenever I'm going out on a date night or whatever, this is my go-to neutral glam. So if you are interested in seeing that, then please stay tuned. Alright, first things first, we are going to get primed, and I'm going to be busting out this bad boy right here. She is, did I just say bad boy and then change the gender and say she? Anyway, it's okay. It's okay. This bad boy is from Milk. It's the Hydrogrip primer. I'm sure you guys, I've been using this basically in all of my tutorials, if not all, maybe most of them, since the beginning of 2020, and it's that good. So for this look, I'm going to be using my Shiseido Synchro Skin Self Refreshing Foundation. I honestly haven't used this foundation since I did the first impression / review. So yeah, honey, let's get some of this out. I remember I had to put 2 pumps on each side of my face. So let's see. Let's start off with the first side. Listen, right, it's just like the first time when I put it on. I feel like this foundation just gives me life. All right, let me just add the other 2 pumps for the left side of my face. Normally I would use a corresponding concealer, but I really want to see how many brands I can incorporate in this tutorial. So I'm going to be using my Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Chestnut. I'm going to be using this concealer to highlight. Right, then I'm going to add a second concealer. It's this one from NYX. This is the full coverage concealer. This one is in the shade Cappuccino, in case you were wondering. I'm going to be listing all the products that I used in this tutorial down in the description box. And I had a if you've been following me long enough, you know that I've been doing this for quite some time now. I like to put a shade of concealer that is close to my skin's complexion around the highlighted area. I feel like it blends out better that way. And then I'm just going to start by using the butt of my beauty blender, just like that, to blend out the edges first before we go up. Right, let's move on to applying our creamy contour. And I'm going to break this down and talk as slowly as possible so everybody can understand. When contouring or when using a creamy contour, always use a shade, a creamy contour. I know they have contour sticks, contour palettes, etc., but I prefer sticks now. I'm more of a stick girl when it comes to contour. In fact, as you guys can see in my most of my videos of 2020, I've just been using bronzer. You know, it's just basically skipping a step, and I just feel like my makeup still looks good just using a bronzer on its own. But for those of you who really wanted me to break down the whole contour thing, now keep in mind that people contour according to the shape of their face. Now my face is extremely long, so when I contour, what I really want to do is to basically bring out my jawline and bring out my cheek area. And also keep in mind that whenever you're contouring, you want to go up a shade or 2 sometimes just one shade darker than your skin's complexion, just so that you can see that nice chisel look once you've completed the look. Also keep in mind that most persons actually apply the contour in the hollows of their cheeks, which is right here. I'm sure you guys can see this right here. Or some persons, if you can't find it, they do the duck face, which is that. But I think I know where mine is because I can actually see it. Also, this is a footnote. I learned this from Beyonce's makeup artist when he did the collaboration with Luminous Ear, and he brought out that Lion King collection, is that whenever you're contouring, especially if you want to have a more chiseled look, is that you would apply the contour cream just above the hollows of your cheeks, so that when you actually blend it out and it spreads out more evenly in that particular area. So I'm just going to put just that right here, and then I'm going to put some here and some here. You really want to just apply it on on your temples. You don't need to apply it all the way around here. You can actually skip this area right here, because whenever you're blending it out, whenever you're blending it out and you go around, everything is still going to meet. So you don't necessarily have to put any products in here. You can if you want to, but you can skip the step, because guess what, whenever you're blending everything out, it's still going to end up in that area anyway. So what I like to do, because I don't want my contour cream to look too harsh, I use the same beauty sponge that I use to blend out my foundation, and then I start by just basically tapping it to kind of warm it up, and then dragging it downwards and then upwards. We're doing one side and then the other side. But mine is going to actually kind of blend into my skin because I'm going to be applying a lot of bronzer. I prefer bronzer over contour creams. Yeah, as of late, that's just my thing. I prefer bronzers more than cream contours. But this is just specifically for persons who have been asking me to kind of break down the whole contour thing. So I'm taking my time, and you're doing the same thing on both sides. I'm starting by blending this out and then dragging it downwards into the hollow portions of my cheek, and then you're just basically going around. Now this I'm only blending it out this much because I said I prefer to see bronzers in this area rather than a cream contour. All right, don't be acting like you don't know which powder I'm going to be reaching for. This one is my Fenty Baby. By the way, if I didn't mention it, I use my black Opal foundation stick in the shade Ebony Brown to contour with. That's like 2 shades up from my original. It might be 2 or 3 shades up. Damn, am I 3 shades up? I think it's 2 shades up though, because my shade in black Opal is Corab, and I think Ebony Brown might be like 2 shades up. But anyway, I don't know. You guys can go ahead and confirm that. Just Google it real quick. Anyway, I'm going to be setting my highlight with my Fenty Honey Powder. I'm just going to leave that excess Fenty powder there just because I might have a bit of fallout. And I'm going to be going into my Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. Lord, this is like my second palette from them since this was launched. And I haven't been using it as often as I used to when I first got it, but that's okay. And the first color actually fell out, but this one, yeah, I use that on a whole of that. That was like one of those nude shades. I used to use that as my everyday lid color. Ooh girl, you need to, did I prime my lids? I think I did, but they're looking kind of creased up right now. Like I could see the creasing on them. By the way, I know some persons like to apply a powder over their lids because they feel it's going to help the the shadow to adhere better. But I feel like, right, you should just leave whatever. Wrong one. I was gonna dip into. But I feel like, right, and this is just my opinion, this is what I see from using my palettes. I feel like whenever you're applying a shadow, you know, the base should actually be wet so that it adheres to the shadow. That's just my opinion. I don't like applying a powder to mine. I need to see it adhering to my skin, and that's also the type of skin that I have. If powder it down, it's just going to look real ashy and nah. Okay, so I'm just going to go into this very deep brown shade. I'm actually kind of afraid to see it on camera, but it's this deep brown shade right here. It has a little crack right there because she wasn't stored properly. I'm sorry, she wasn't stored properly. She has a bit of a crack there. So I'm going to be using that basically in my crease and dragging it over, all the way over, just right here. Yeah, that's going to be my first crease color. Also, for those of you who are asking me about how I apply my eyeshadow, if you want more intensity or if you want your crease color to show up more, then you pack. If you want it, if you feel like it's a little bit too dark, then you blend. That's basically simple rules of eyeshadow. Pack if you want more intensity, blend if you don't want it to be that harsh. Next, I'm going to go into my NYXcosmetics Latte palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade Pumpkin Spice, and I'm just going to use that just oh, don't do that, girl. Why are you falling off my hand? You want to break up or what? Anyway, I'm going to be taking this pumpkin spice shade, and I'm just going to be adding just a bit of that just above that really brown shade that I applied. I'm really using pumpkin spice to kind of just blend out the edges so that it's not so dark. Next, I'm going to go into my Narcissist Wanted palette. Yeah, I know you guys probably sick of me going in here now. And then I'm going to go into the shade Fallen Star. It's just this really bronzy pink color. It's absolutely stunning. I think it looks amazing on my lids. This is like my go-to color when it comes to creating my neutral glam when I'm going out. So this is it. I'm just going to pat this on. Make sure that I have the shadow as close as possible to my lashes. Like, I know some persons actually leave that area kind of blank for the purpose of applying your liquid liner or your gel liner or whatever it is that you use, but I like to kind of bring it down sometimes. I don't know, I just feel like I don't need any gaps there. I'm going to go back into the same blending brush that I used in Pumpkin Spice, and I'm just going to just drag it over the edges of where I applied Fallen Star, and that's just going to make everything just look more blended and more tied in together. Yeah, just like that. And I tell y'all something, right? Like, every time I reach for something, I have to be like, and no, reach for that one instead, because I'm so accustomed to using the same set of things all the time that it's kind of in me. It's really in me. So what I'm trying to do in this tutorial is incorporate as many brands as I can. So I'm going to be using my MAC gel pot. This one is in the shade Black. I'm going to tell you, right? When I first started using gel liners, MAC was my holy grail, and then I switched to Inglot when I saw Inglot, like when Inglot brought out that gel pot. But I have to say, right, I'm tired of that Inglot gel liner drying out on me and me having to apply oil. I'm sick of it. Like, really, that's the one thing I love about my MAC gel pot. It doesn't dry out. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell didn't I just stick to MAC. But when you see things and you're liking a things, that's what happened. Alright, so now that we have that on, let me add a bit of mascara, the Maybelline Falsies Lash mascara. Right. So now that we have our lashes on, by the way, I got these lashes here locally from Aesthetics SKN. It was actually a pack of 6 or 8 or something like that, but the lashes are from Aesthetics SKN. Why does that word tie my damn tongue up? Anyway, they're actually really nice. Well, at least for me, I know I had a couple of clients that I couldn't really, like, I know a lot of persons don't know this, but there are certain, like, in terms of your eye shape, there are certain lashes that go with your eye shape. And I could always tell when a lash is going to look good on me or not, or if it's suitable for my eye shape, just according to the shape of it. I could just look at it and be like, okay, that's going to work for my eye shape. Okay, so now that I've basically dusted away the excess powder, I'm going to go in again with the butt of my beauty sponge and just basically press that powder. I dust away the excess, but now I'm going to press the rest that remains into my skin because I want that powder to keep this area here nice and dry, and I also want my highlight to be popping. Okay, I've really been liking this this blush from Maybelline, the Cheek Heat. I really have been liking this because it's just like this nice sheer blush, especially if you're somebody who's kind of not really so much into blush. I'm into everything makeup, by the way. I really like how this looks with my go-to Glam. You guys know I normally use the cream blushes or my liquid blush from NARS or the cream blush from NYXcosmetics, but lately I find myself have been reaching for this a lot, and it's really because it has a nice sheer finish, and I feel like it actually adheres to my Artist Couture Diamond Glow powders. I feel like it really adheres to, well, the Diamond Glow powders actually adhere to it, and I really like that. So anything that enhances my glow, I am for it. By the way, I'm going to be wearing the shade Labronze from my Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder collection. Yeah, I have the whole damn collection, girl. I'm going to be applying Labronze. I already applied my brown pencil. This is just one of those generic brown pencil from Jordana Cosmetics. I'm going to go in with my Milani, what is this called? The Milani lip cream in the shade Stunning. It's a really nice brownish pink. I'm going to be using that as my base color. She is stunning, but I'm going to be putting some of my MAC lip gloss over it in the shade Myth, just to amp it up a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, these two are like the perfect nude combos. Ooh, this looks so sexy. I'm going to amp up my bronzers a little bit. I'm gonna add a bit of my Mocha Mami from Fenty just right here in this area right here. I'm not gonna apply any to my temples, just right here between the hollows of my cheek, just to amp it up a little bit, and just so that everything looks more sculpted, just like that. Complete the look, I'm going to be adding up my beauty elixir from Caudalie. Right, ladies, gents, honorable judges, and distinguished guests, this is the final / completed look. Tell me what you guys think. Is it too extra? Is it just enough? Because I felt like it was just enough makeup. It was just enough in terms of getting to your date on time. I filmed this within an hour. I feel like that's good. At least that's my opinion. You know, you don't have to agree with me. So if you happen to have appreciated this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up on your way out. And also, please, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please be sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button on your way out. By the way, I am going to be having 2 uploads this week, so look out for another video tomorrow. I'm not going to tell you what it is, just look out for another video tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for being here with me once again, and I'll talk to you guys real soon on my next upload. Bye bye.